Hello. Let's make sure the sound is good. 1 second. Why is there no... Oh, that's why there's no sound. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, testing. All right, there we go. All right. We are up and going. Hello, my name is 10K Hours, putting in the time so my art is no longer a crime. Today we are back at it like a good habit. And I'm going to see if we can't... We're probably not going to finish this today, but we're going to get a little bit closer. We're going to be back to Hollow Knight next week, but I am wanting to finish this. I need to... There's a way. I don't know how. Or I think I can like share this in between like two different, like save it to the cloud or something. So that it's like in the cloud so I can like work on it in two different devices. I think there's a way for me to do that. I don't know. We shall see. All right, where were we? All right, also something else that I realized as I was going through this today is actually no, I already did that. Okay. Yeah, I already did that. Okay, because I was thinking like, oh wait, with the scissors, like I needed to have like a little bit of a thicker area right here to show that it was getting like, to show that it was actually like sloping down a little bit, and there should have been like maybe like a little bit more like highlight or something there. That was like a random thought I had as I was driving around running some errands today. And then I came in here and checked and I had already done it, so perfect. All right, now we need to... I really don't like this color for the staff, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's actually kind of bothering me. Or the line art, I should say, specifically. I think we're going to switch this up a bit. Here we go, let's go with the base color. And then let's bring this up. So I want to change this a bit. I want to keep it dark, but I think I just want to add like a little bit of purple in there, because that's like the accent color that I've been using like everywhere. I want to see if this makes a difference, because this has actually been bothering me. It just looks, it looks so off. It looks way too dark, and it kind of clashes with everything. That's a little bit better. I still think it's just too dark. Okay, so in that case, we're just gonna make it like a touch lighter. Now, how does it look on this side? Oh, it looks super light on that side. That's the issue. It cannot look like that on that side. It should not. Okay. Maybe we should go back with this being darker. Okay, yeah, it looks better on that side. It's just so dark on the light side. It's driving me crazy. But it's definitely better with that little bit of purple in there. Also, I am just wanting to finish this. Because I want to get started drawing something else, but I don't know what I want to draw. Especially now that I've moved this piece over to my computer. I'm like, well, what am I gonna draw on my iPad now? I don't know. Okay, also, there's those bits right there. Hold on, where are those? Okay, they're down here on the main color layer. Let me get rid of these real quick. Hold up. Alright, there we go. I'll start hitting the... Oops, there's another one right there. Okay. Little things like that. Alright, let's start hitting the rest of this staff. Alright. I had a pretty good day today. Woke up a little late, but that's alright. Oh, wrong layer. Okay. The hard part is that these colors are so similar, it's difficult to tell sometimes. Man, I'm glad I can lock pixels. That makes this a billion times easier. Oh my goodness. It's also super hot today. I got up to be like 100. I'll tell you what, today was a boba kind of day. I was sitting here at home, needing to run errands and be like, I need to go get some stuff at the grocery store. And it's like, all right, what if I just go get boba and then grab stuff from the grocery store while I'm out getting boba? And that's what finally got me up. Because I was super lazy this morning. In fact, I was so lazy, I almost didn't stream, but I was like, no, we got to. Although, I'm only going to be able to do this for like an hour. Because... I think I'm done with the days where I'm doing laundry on stream because it's just so loud in the background. Like every time I'm listening to the sound in the background whenever I'm doing laundry, it's just so loud. It's so bad. So, and I really need to do laundry, so I'm just gonna do a bunch after stream is over. I might try to start streams an hour earlier on Sunday. Well, it all depends on if my family decides to get together or not. Like for real. And I never know if my family's gonna get together or not until the day of, because it's always like, oh yeah, we're gonna hang out and do dinner. I'm like, cool, alright. Most of them I don't got anything going on, so it's no big deal. And every once in a while I'm like, nah. Not today. No. What are these? Do they show up on the shading layer? They do. Okay. Are they in the staff shading layer? No, they're on the main color layer. Hold on a second. What is this light part right here? Oh, that's just an area with no shading. That's what that is. Okay. That can be easily remedied. All right. Okay, yeah, here we go. Okay, there we go. It's the little things like that. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Alright, back up to the line art layer. Wait, what? Oh, that's good. It's probably gonna make the layer. Yay, okay. I probably shouldn't care so much about a single pixel, but you know what? If I don't, who will? Real and true. Alright. Ah, I always hit the wrong one. I always get that. Okay, so I always end up picking like the lasso tool instead of the hand tool to move around. Because I think I used to have it set to be the top button, but I've since had to reset my computer a few times because deep lore about me, every once in a while my computer will just be like, hey yo, I don't work anymore. And I will turn it on and nothing works. I can't, it'll be a backdrop of an island, like when you first turn on any Windows computer for the first time. And that's how I know my computer's broken. It has to be completely factory reset, and I have to re-download and install absolutely everything from scratch again. I've done this maybe 5 or 6 times. I desperately need a new computer, but I don't have the money for that. Especially because I keep buying stupid stuff. Like, I probably didn't need to buy a pen for drawing my tablet, but the thing is I use it constantly. Oh yeah, and they're raising my rent again. Jeez. On top of food and stuff. It wouldn't have been such a big deal. Like, maybe a year ago. Yeah, a year ago around this time, it wouldn't have been such a big deal. I could have like slowly gotten all the stuff that I needed. But, bro, with all this like crazy inflation that's been going on, everything's so freaking expensive, especially food, so like it's rough out there. Already like that better from a distance. It was just so dark. It needed like something just like tonally just a little bit different from just something just a little bit different, and that was gonna drive me crazy. Okay, now I just need to fix this up just a touch. Alright, I accidentally went over a bit. Okay, any of that down here. Okay, there we go. Alright, now let's look at the shading for the staff. There's a couple areas where I need to fix some stuff up. Yeah, like right here. Okay. Oh wait, I need to be on the staff shading layer. Alright, perfect. Actually, hold on, let me... Oh. That only works right there. Oh, man. And this is something that I realized last time. Like, there's a huge issue with the shading down here. I don't know what I'm going to do about this. I'm going to have to get creative here. Super duper creative. All right. Because this is just white, but at different opacities. The problem is it's opacity and not like a color. Because I wanted it to be a little see-through. I believe it was 30%. I'm just gonna do something crazy. There you go, you never know. Alright, and there's this little spot right here. Also, if you hear a lot of chatter and a dog barking, that's my neighbors. There's a birthday party going on outside and a dog barking upstairs. The dog barking upstairs is nothing new. Problem is, I never know if they are home or not when it barks. Because sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm pretty sure they're just not home. Other times, I think they actually might be home. How did I miss? So much shading, like right here. It's not going to look as uniform as it should, but it's at least going to be done, which is going to be good. Alright, and then I should get out the blend tool for this. Oh, my blend tool's huge. Okay, hold on. And then just do a little bit of this. There you go. You'd never know. You'd never know. Boom. Yeah, see? I can hear my neighbors upstairs. Remember how I said I never know if they're there or not? They are there. Okay. Actually, I should probably just be using the blend tool for all of this. It's going to make my life a lot easier. Now that I think about it, hold up. Yeah, I can just do that. Wow, I'm an idiot. Wait, is that something else? It is something else. That's from the line art. Hold up. Why is my eraser so small? Okay. Any other areas like that? Oh yeah, over here. Oh yeah. Actually, no, that was on purpose. That one's on purpose because it was buttoned up right next to the leg. That one's on purpose. Okay. And then it still looks super wonky. All right, I need to blend that just a little bit better, like right there. Okay. Actually, I probably should blur. Ooh, let's make that smaller. No, okay, we need a blend. Oh wait, I want the line art layer. Duh, okay. No wonder it wasn't doing anything. Okay, and then I need to blur down here. And then over here as well. Kind of soften that up a bit. There we go. Blur that, make it a little more uniform. All right. There we go. I still look a tiny bit wonky, but it's hard to see overall. All right. Alrighty then. Where to next? We're fixing up the stuff around the line art. Oh, I think I started. Yeah, let's go around and let's hit the whites on the dress, shall we? Okay. Nope, 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 nope. I just wanted to go up here. Nope, just wanted to go up here. Okay. Because I believe this is the one that I want. That looks a bit weird over there. So it looks really good on the sleeves. Maybe I got the wrong. I think I grabbed the wrong part of the color. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I think I grabbed the wrong color part of the color. Or maybe not. Yeah, I did. I definitely need to be lighter. Okay. For sure, for sure. Okay. Also, I need to be watching the time. Like I said, I only got time for about an hour today, and I gots to go. I got stuffs I need to take care of. It's Sunday after all. These are chore days. And also the day of Nanashi Mume's birthday 3D. That's another reason, but that's at 10. I still want to get some laundry done before then. And it just sounds so bad because my microphone picks it up. Ugh. Oh my gosh. Hold up a second. Huh? I need to fix some of this in here. Hold up. Oh, it's just really hard to see. Oh, that's because I have the opacity for this done at like 30%. No wonder it looks so goofy. And I was like, man, this really doesn't change anything. Oh, it's so much better. No wonder it was looking so goofy. I was like, man, I'm gonna have to do a ton of work on this area. I was wondering why it was looking so weird. Alright, well that's one mystery solved. Hold on, let's hit all the stuff that I just made. And I just accidentally messed up. Oh, so much better. So much better. Yeah. All right. Liking this more. I got a bunch of work to do to fixing up this. Oh my gosh, there's a ton I need to do around here. That's alright. That's why we're doing these streams. Well, that's all on the shading layer. Oof. Actually, this whole area I think needs to be just a little thicker. I think I got these lines a little bit too. Over in here. Oh yeah, something I wanted to talk about. Alright, so for everyone who doesn't know, even though it's been everywhere right now, and there's a lot of people who aren't happy about it, And I gotta say, I kind of love those people too. But My Hero Academia had their final chapter come out this week. And a lot of people aren't happy about it because they don't really like how it ended for Deku. And I gotta agree. Like, I'm usually one of the people who's like, you guys are just freaking out about stuff that's not really that big of a deal. But the more I think about it, the more I'm like, no, they're actually legit this time. Like, he really got, like, screwed over at the end. Like, he did all this stuff, like, fought so hard, nearly died, and everything, only for him to completely lose his quirk, and in the process, save everybody, only for him to, like, completely lose his quirk in the process, like, lose contact with a bunch of his friends and whatnot, and he ends up being a teacher at UA, which is like, yeah, okay, that was pretty much expected, but like, he doesn't get to be a hero, really. Or, I don't know, the thing I didn't like about it, and I think this is one thing that's kind of missing from the discussion, is that he got to be a hero, but he never got to live his dream, which was to be like a pro hero and do this like full time. And they like retconned that like a tiny bit at the like last two panels where he got like the super suit and whatnot. But I mean, like, it very briefly showed him like still having like a little bit of it, like the ember of All for One or One for All, like the very end, like some of the last couple chapters, and I was like, okay, so he's just gonna be like kind of back to how he was before he figured out he had like all those other quirks that had come with it. I was like, that's fine. But no, it was just like, they also didn't bring up like maybe Eri could have like reversed it or anything. It's just like, I don't know. The ending made him feel like less like he was a hero who saved the day, and more like he was a soldier that was he was a child soldier that was recruited for a war, and he just got nothing but scars and trauma and a broken body and nothing else to really show for it. And I was like, at least give the bro like, at least give him a better ending than just being like this, like, kind of like nobody who works for UA, who everybody like knows about from history books, but it's not like they don't care about, because he's like, oh yeah, this is the guy who like, this is the kid who saved everybody, but destroyed his quirk in the process, who gets to work at UA and be a hero just because he saved everybody and doesn't actually have any powers anymore. Like, that kind of sucks, man. Like, bro literally sacrificed everything for everybody and got like nothing to show for it. He didn't get the girl. He didn't get to live his dream. He got nothing. I just feel bad for the guy. Like, he didn't even get to keep in contact with all of his friends. Like, a lot of them like moved on after graduation and whatnot, which is normal. But like, it's a shonen anime, like, come on. Or a shonen manga, like, we want to see like people actually win in the end, and he didn't. He just didn't. Poor guy. I was seeing a lot of people like not liking it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna read it for myself. I'm gonna give it a fair take. And I read it for myself, and while I do believe a lot of stuff people were saying was harsh, I also don't believe that was overly harsh. There's a lot of truth there. Like, it's not. It was a wet blanket ending. Oh wait, hold on. It just made me feel bad for the guy. Alright, now let's fix up a lot of this stuff that's around here. We need to go back to the shading layer for that. My thoughts on My Hero Academia aside. Alright, I'm gonna need to get... Yeah, but overall I really liked it. I need to get caught back up in the anime. I haven't done that in forever. But oh my god. And God, with that, one of my favorite anime moments of all time is that the like United States of Smash scene. Oh, that freaking gives me chills every time I watch it. Which I think is another one of the reasons why, like, it having like such kind of like a wet blanket ending is so disappointing. Like, a lot of people were saying like, oh, Izuku sucks and whatnot. Like, there's been a lot of discourse around that lately, and I was like, I think everyone's just being way overly critical. Like, he doesn't suck. He's not like the greatest protag that's ever been written, obviously. But then nobody is. So, like, he's fine just the way he is. I don't know. I just wanted something better for him, you know? And it sucked to watch him get nothing at the end of the day. I mean, like I said, there was a scene where he got like a super suit, essentially. And like everybody came together to get that for him, which was very nice. But it was like the last two panels. We didn't get to see him do anything with it. And it was 8 years after the fact. So, which makes sense because they're all finally like pro heroes. And they actually have money and resources to be putting into stuff like that. So it makes sense that it would be a while. That I understand. But, I don't know. And at least they could have let him keep, like, the Embers of One for All. And, or All for One, I should say. No, One for All. That's what it is. And, like, he would, like, need to build it back up. And, it was starting fresh. Like, hey, it's now, like, no longer this brother's quirk. It's now his quirk. Like, permanently. And he just has, like, increased durability, strength, and all of that stuff. So he can still do that, but maybe he can't use it. Like, maybe he's, like, similar to how, like, All Might was, where at the beginning of the series where he could only go, like, full beast mode, like, for so long throughout the day. Yeah, if it's something like that, that's great. All the while he's, like, trying to, like, re-nurture this power and build it back up. That would have been great. That would have been great. If nothing else happened and he fell out with everybody else, but if he still, like, got to be a hero. The thing that he always wanted, if he got to be a hero, or at least got to live his dream, then that would have made it all better. But he didn't. He just didn't. I got just screwed. Like I said, that's why it feels less like he was a hero that saved the day and more like he was a child that got recruited into somebody else's war. And when he was way too young. Way too young. Because he was like 14, 15 when he did all these fights and then nothing after that. It's just disappointing. Like, what is it? Like, there are endings to things where I need to think about it for a bit. Like, what is it? Let's see. Demon Slayer, for instance. I read through the manga for that. And the ending for that, it took me a bit. I had to process it, but ultimately I think I liked it. Because it was such a downer ending in some cases. But the more I thought about it, the more I was like, no, that kind of makes sense, actually, why it was like that. Because the manga was always about, like, hey, we're fighting not for us right now, but for the future. So, like, everybody kind of getting destroyed, but then you see, like, them, like, reincarnated in the future, and they actually have the lives that they've always wanted. That was actually, like, really sweet. You wish something like that for them, like, the first time around, but just the fact that they got it at all and it was shown was nice. It was actually very nice. But same cannot be said for Deku, unfortunately. So even if it was something like that, I don't know. You just want more for someone who fought and sacrificed so much at such a young age, you know? At least let him get the girl, man. At least let him get the girl. Didn't even give us that. Also never did figure out who Deku's dad was either. That was just never brought up. I guess it's just gonna be one of those things like Luffy's mom. Although I very much doubt that. Oda's gonna leave that hanging forever. Very, very much doubt it. Oda's not the kind of person to leave. Loose plot threads. Well, he'll leave them for a long time, but he'll eventually get around to them. And when he does, you're like, oh. Anyways, that's enough ranting about My Hero Academia. I hope the anime... hope the anime does him a little more justice. Like, I really hope it does. 'Cause he needs it. Like, he got so shafted. I just... Like, at the end of a shonen like manga, you're not supposed to feel bad for the person. You're supposed to feel like, yeah, they did it. It's bittersweet. Now it's just kind of bitter. You know? It's supposed to be like, man, something I really loved has ended, but it ended on a positive note. I got to see these characters that I've really come to enjoy, get a happy ending, like, and it was happy in a sense, but it was just, you wanted more. You wanted more for the boy. And also, what are they gonna... They had this whole thing where part of Ochako's, like, last fight with Toga was her admitting that she liked Deku, and that was, like, something that she used to, like, bond with her over so that she could actually, like, reach her. And then just nothing happened with that. And I remember when My Hero was first coming out, everyone was like, yo, this is peak. Because it actually is. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that just kind of got left on the floor. Like, Shinsei. Or Shinsui? I don't know. The guy who could, like, change his voice and, like, take control of people. Like, immediately after he's introduced, they get into stuff that far outclasses him. And he gets, like, super sidelined. And I was like, oh, this guy's going to be like a main character or something. Like, he's going to become like the big four in the school. But no, he like makes it to like the final the final big spread that shows all of them when they're all grown up. He's in there, but I'm like, really? He is? Like, he was barely included after like the sports festival and then like the Class 1A versus 2A arc. I don't know if he did anything after that, I'm going to be honest. There was a lot that needed to be. Needed to be taken care of at the end. That just wasn't. Of course, I think he wanted to maybe like not overstay the welcome of the end, which I totally understand. Like, it was coming to the end. And if they had spent like forever like trying to tie up all these loose ends, everyone would be like, all right, you got to wrap this up, bud. You're taking too long. So there was probably a need to like not to like bring things to a close, but also not overstay your welcome, which I totally understand. And they did some stuff in the like opening chapters. They had like some brief little snippets. in the background on the first couple pages of like what people have been up to over those like 8 years. And it was some basic stuff, you know? There's some nice stuff in there that showed like things that they had done, like stuff that they had done in the background and whatnot, and that was nice. But there's no way they could have covered everybody. But I mean, at the end, they took time to show like what happened to like Gentle and Criminal and like his little weird fangirl wife. I don't know. But they didn't give thought to other people. I don't know. I can't imagine being in that position though. I've never written anything like that. But if there's one thing I've heard is that endings are hard. Because they can make or break people's perception of the series. Which is true, because there's a bunch of things people told me like, oh hey, yeah, it's pretty good, but like the ending's kind of meh. And on me just hearing that, I'm like, I don't think I'll watch it then. So I totally get that sentiment. Like, endings are extremely important. Because they're the final thing that sticks with you. Yeah. Man, I don't know what I'm going to read anymore. Like, Sundays have been like my manga days. Because on them I'll read like One Piece, JJK, My Hero Academia, and then Wednesdays usually is when I read like Chainsaw Man if that comes out. But like My Hero's not coming out. I already read like that Vigilantes spin-off, so I can't go back to that. I don't know what I'm gonna read. It's gonna have to be something that catches my eye. It's gonna be pretty much just One Piece. Oh man. Well, I'm not gonna be too bummed out about that. That's how I started. Actually, I've been a manga. How long have I been reading Manga Weekly for? It's only been about, I want to say a little over a year. Because I think it was at the end of 2022. Yeah, it was at the end of 2022. It was when the first part of the Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War anime came out, and I got all nostalgic around that time. I was like, oh, Bleach, that's like the first anime I ever watched. And I didn't watch the anime, but I was like, I'm kind of in the mood to read something. So I got on like the Shonen Jump app that I had, because I had used it to read Demon Slayer back in the day. And I found out Bleach was on there, and I like speed ran it in like, it was a little less than a week. It was like 2 or 3 days. That's because it's not a very like text heavy. It's all like mood, vibes, background, and character heavy, which isn't a bad thing. It was perfect for that setting. So you could get through it pretty quick. Which is A-okay. But I was done with that, and I was like, oh man, what else do I want to read? I'm kind of in the mood to read something else. I know, I'll read One Piece. One Piece took me 3 months to get through. Like 2 or 3 months. Because A, there's a lot more chapters, and B, it's way more like dense with text. It's very, very dense. Like, I was always under the impression that manga needs to be like, not a ton of words per panel. Oda defies that at every turn. He's got a lot to say, and he needs to say it. And there's a lot of times where he has to say it, or else there's going to be a lot that's going to end up getting lost in the story. So I get that. So I read through all of that. Man, I tell you what, I've seen a bunch of that like in the anime. And let's see, I was reading through it as they were like getting close to the end of like the Wano arc. So I read all the way up to Wano. And then, actually, what it was is I think I started... They were going through the Wano arc, and I like started catching up on the anime. I was like, I kind of want to see where things go with it, because I kept hearing about like... Oh, I remember what it was. I heard about Gear 5th Luffy, and I started like checking out like the manga so I could see like what was going on, because I was super curious. And I read through like pretty much all of like chapter 1000 onwards up until that end. And then after I got done with that, I was like, I kind of want to go back and read it from the beginning. And that's when it took me like a couple months. Man, let me tell you what, not a great thing to do while you're at work. Because Oda is a writer, and especially reading like Water 7 and things like that at work is a bad idea, because you're sitting there at your desk trying not to cry on your lunch break because you see the panel of Robin yelling, "I want to live," and you're like, gotta hold it in, dude, gotta hold it in. Alright. Well, with that, I gotta go. I know it's just me, and I was talking to the void, but I like talking to the void. The void's all I ever talk to, so this is no different from my normal everyday life. Anywho. Alright. Like I said, I need to get going. I'm going to do a little bit tonight. But I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. And I will catch you all next Thursday. Peace.